Good evening and welcome to Hadley's virtual Centennial celebration. We're so glad you're here with us tonight. My name is Sarah Ritter and I'm here representing the Hadley Women's Board as the chair of tonight's event. 100 years is an incredible accomplishment. In 1920, William Hadley began offering correspondence courses to teach adults like himself who lost their vision later in life. For the past century, this organization has continued his mission and has helped so many. It's an honor to be part of this milestone occasion. We're coming to you this evening from Hadley's headquarters in Winnetka, Illinois, the same town where it was originally founded. Since the beginning, Hadley has benefited greatly from the talents, dedication, and support of the local community. However, its impact goes far beyond. In fact, Hadley is the largest educator of Braille and provider of distance education for people who are blind or visually impaired worldwide. Last year alone, Hadley reached nearly 150,000 learners in all 50 states and in 65 countries. This is possible because of Hadley's distance approach that allows learners to access our services from anywhere, at any time, and in a format that works best for them, whether it's audio, video, large print, or Braille. Hadley's distance learning capabilities also make it uniquely positioned to serve the blind and visually impaired community during the COVID-19 pandemic. Over the past months, activity on the Hadley website have increased nearly 60% because we're filling the large void caused by the necessary closures of senior centers and other service organizations. And because Hadley believes cost should not be a barrier, this learning is provided free of charge. This has been true for the past 100 years and is made possible by the generosity of our individual, corporate, and foundation donors. Now, in honor of Hadley's 100-year history of distance learning, we celebrate this occasion from a distance as well. First, a couple of housekeeping items. When you logged on to watch tonight, you had the opportunity to register to enter our prize drawings, which will take place during the program. So stay tuned and keep listening for your name to be called. Then, please take some time to visit our online event portal. There you'll find more information about the Centennial celebration and how you can support Hadley. This includes our silent auction, which features a wonderful selection of items, and all proceeds directly benefit Hadley. The auction will be open for the next week, so you can bid through Friday, October 9th. There are many people I want to thank for making tonight happen, including Hadley's dedicated staff, wonderful volunteers, generous supporters, and inspiring learners. And a special shout out goes to my fellow Women's Board members and the Centennial Gala Committee for their great work. Above all, a huge thanks to all of you for joining us to celebrate tonight. Now, it's my privilege to introduce you to Ben Strong, our MC for the evening. Ben is part of Hadley's incredible staff and manages our new initiatives, keeping things on time and on track. So there's no one better to do the same tonight. I give you Ben Strong.
Thanks, Sarah, and welcome everyone. I'm honored to be hosting this event tonight, which has been 100 years in the making. Of course, this past year has presented more than its share of challenges, including making it impossible to gather together in the same place for a celebration such as this. So we appreciate you tuning in to join us from wherever you are, and we look forward to a time when we can meet in person. But tonight's virtual venue is actually a fitting one for Hadley. For over 100 years, Hadley has provided distance learning that empowers people with blindness or low vision to thrive. So it makes sense that we celebrate tonight at a distance as well. And just as Hadley helps learners in the comfort and convenience of their own home, we bring you this program tonight. When you joined the broadcast, you had the option of providing your name and email to register for our live prize drawings. We will be spinning the wheel a bit later and selecting 2 lucky winners who will each win a $500 cash prize. So stay with us and win. Now, on to the show. First up this evening, we have Scott Dickus, the chair of Hadley's Board of Trustees. Throughout its history, Hadley has benefited from having a strong, engaged board that provides support and counsel to the organization. Today, Scott and our trustees are critical to the work that we do and our ability to prepare for the future. Following Scott, there is a short video, then I'll see you right back here. Scott, over to you.
Thank you, Ben. It is now a familiar refrain that we never expected to be working, learning, or socializing remotely. As many of you know, Hadley has always done things remotely. We like to say that we got a 100-year head start. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Hadley, welcome to our remote gala. It's not every day that an organization gets to celebrate its 100th anniversary. Only 16% of nonprofits today make it past 50, and the number that make it to 100 is so low that it is not even tracked. But here we are on the eve of Hadley's second century. This longevity is remarkable in itself, but there are two aspects of Hadley that are even more remarkable. First, Hadley is still making a difference in the lives of people who are blind or visually impaired, and we are poised to have an impact that is greater than at any time in our history. Second, Hadley has stayed true to the intention of our founder, William Hadley, in how we serve people who are blind or visually impaired. Hadley's mission is to create personalized learning opportunities that empower adults with vision loss or blindness to thrive at home, at work, and in their communities. Bill Hadley, with the encouragement of his friend and physician, Dr. E.V.L. Brown, believed that adults who lost vision later in life could continue to thrive. He developed a completely new way to teach Braille to these adults through a correspondence method. The blindness community did not initially support this radical idea, but he persevered and not only revolutionized Braille instruction, but also brought needed education into the homes of people whose traditional schools had failed them. On the eve of our second century, we honor the past by taking a page from Bill Hadley's playbook. Like Mr. Hadley, we ask the question, what do people need from Hadley now? We posed this question to more than 1,500 Hadley students, and we learned a number of things. First, there is tremendous need among older adults who, like Bill Hadley, are experiencing age-related vision loss in numbers that dwarf the visually impaired population back in 1920. Second, they want practical help as they need to learn new ways of performing everyday tasks like cooking, applying makeup, or doing basic home repairs. Third, they want a sense of connection to Hadley and to each other. We listened to this feedback and created a revolutionary approach that provides practical help and builds connection and community. We launched this new approach on July 1st. Our web address remains the same, hadley.edu, but when you go there, you will have a completely different experience, one that is unparalleled in our field. There are more than 500 opportunities to learn how to master needed skills, as well as connect with other visually impaired adults around topics of interest, such as gardening, writing, technology, and more. And we're adding more workshops every week. We haven't forgotten Bill Hadley's Braille legacy. Our new Braille series reduces the amount of time a sighted learner, such as a teacher, can learn Braille from 8 months to as little as 8 days. The Hadley team is working on a similar approach for blind learners. In a few minutes, Hadley's president, Julie Tai, will share what we are hearing from learners regarding our new approach. And you're going to hear the feedback is fantastic. But here's what I'm especially excited by. This very innovative approach preserves the very best features of how Hadley has helped people. And we've done so in a way that is scalable, so that we can serve not hundreds of thousands of learners, but literally millions of learners. Over the next few decades, the number of adults with visual impairment is expected to double, and Hadley will be there for them. I think Bill Hadley would be very proud.
From a young age, William Hadley discovered a deep love of books. His library grew as he did. Driven to share this love with others, he became a teacher. Then, at 55, Hadley lost his sight. In a moment, he lost his books, his profession, his purpose. He doubted he'd ever enjoy books again. But Hadley found a way. He worried his teaching days were gone forever. But Hadley found a way. Sharing his newfound skills with others like him from around the corner and across the globe. He feared his days in the community were over. But Hadley found a way, creating a unique place and new community for those facing vision loss. For 100 years, Hadley's life inspired the vision for the organization that bears his name. Leveraging new ways to share, paving new paths for connection, empowering those with vision loss to find their way and thrive. Expand your sights. Learn. Connect. Thrive. Hadley.
Now I'd like to introduce you to someone else who's very important to Hadley, our president, Julie Ty. Since she first came to Hadley in 2016, Julie has been focused on the best way to continue William Hadley's vision into the future. Tonight, she will share these insights with you, as well as news and results of Hadley's recent initiatives. Then, Julie will introduce you to some of Hadley's incredible learners. Each of their experiences is unique, and I know you will be inspired by their stories. It's my pleasure to pass this over to Julie.
Thank you, Ben, and good evening. Once Bill Hadley had perfected his method for teaching Braille by mail, his next challenge was to learn more about the needs of people who are blind. He bought space in the Matilda Ziegler magazine, a periodical that was produced entirely in Braille. He invited readers to suggest other topics that he should teach. Can you imagine? This was 1938, and Bill Hadley was doing market research. Like Bill Hadley, we did extensive research to learn how Hadley could best help people today. This was a journey of remarkable discovery. More than 1,500 people responded to a series of surveys, and we found 3 common themes. Adults who are blind or visually impaired want practical help in adjusting to vision loss. They want to build their confidence in their abilities. They want connection with Hadley's staff, and they want community with each other. We spent several years putting that feedback into action, totally transforming our learning model and our delivery platform. The new Hadley was launched on July 1st, just 3 months ago. Having built it, we held our breath to see if they would come. You can picture that, can't you? Well, as Scott hinted earlier, they did indeed, at a rate roughly 6 times higher than under our old model. And we're just getting started. We're thrilled that Hadley is now able to help many more people adjust to and live with vision loss. But we will also measure success by the impact Hadley has on each individual who turns to us. I would like to share some of the feedback because the difference Hadley is making is a result of your generosity. Jo is a visually impaired artist who has learned from Hadley. She says, "It takes courage to get out of bed, open the door, and face a world you can no longer see. Hadley gave me that courage. You gave Jo that courage. Thank you." Christine lives in Sycamore, Illinois, and has been blind for most of her life and was very dependent on her iPhone. When Apple released the iPhone X, users had to learn how to navigate it. Christine said, "I am looking into getting a phone with no home button, and I am kind of nervous. But now I know I can handle it. Thanks for your great info." You gave Christine the confidence to go for it. Thank you. Liz lives in Redlands, California, and came to Hadley for help with assistive technology on her mobile devices. She found the guidance she needed in the videos Hadley's Doug Walker created just for this purpose. Doug has a kind and helpful voice. The manner in which he presents makes it less intimidating. He's encouraging and supportive. You helped Liz feel encouraged by Doug. Thank you. We all hope for cures or effective treatments for blindness, and there are some promising advances being made. But in the meantime, Hadley is there to help. Tina was referred to us by her Vision Rehab Agency, and she said, "So far in my experience, no one offers guidance and resources, only doctor appointments." I'm so thankful for Hadley. You helped Tina in the meantime. Thank you. We've all had the experience of dropping something on the floor, medication perhaps. What would you do if you couldn't see well enough to locate it? And maybe you have a pet in the home that would get to it before you did. Jimmy had always been visually impaired, but he suffered a head injury that left him with very low vision. He took our workshop on finding things and learned how to use his cane to slowly sweep for it. You helped Jimmy and his dog. Thank you. Julie N. found Hadley on the resources page of Apple's website. She agrees with Liz. Doug is wonderful. He really inspires you to believe in yourself and that you can do it. You helped Julie believe in herself. Thank you. And finally, from Susan. I sometimes feel like I am climbing a mountain, but I know that others have gotten to the top. Every time I am on a plateau, I turn to Hadley to get moving again. Hadley has helped me be determined and not a quitter. You helped Susan keep on going. Thank you. In 1920, Bill Hadley revolutionized the way people who are blind can learn. 100 years later, we're doing it again. Thanks to you and your generosity this evening, we will make a difference in the lives of so many people with vision loss. Thank you, and stay well.
When I came to America, I didn't know how public school situation, how it works. So I'm really thankful that that there's an option where Hadley can help me still be able to get an education and still go to college and pursue my dreams and my desires.
There's been tremendous meaning in learning Braille, and it just didn't have to do with my daughter. It had to do with blind people as a whole.
Why did I decide to enroll in Hadley? How could I not? Hadley offered everything I needed to learn to be able to best help my daughter when she came home.
The things that I like about Hadley is that they are so flexible and so accessible because they can deliver the material in different mediums.
Organizations like Hadley provide so much for all Americans. And the fact that it's a national organization, I really couldn't think of a better community that I would be prouder to be part of. And I'm so happy that I took the courses from Hadley.
To me, the Hadley community would mean not just the people involved, the belief in what you're doing comes through.
There's so much involvement in Hadley. Hadley might be a small place in Illinois that is reaching out all over the United States. It's reaching out into small little classrooms everywhere. It's reaching farther than any other institute I know of to touch people's lives, to help them grow, to help them be independent.
It means that I have the opportunity to learn more, widen my horizons, and be able to use the material in everyday living or in working with other blind persons.
It was a life-changing moment for me to learn about Braille because it's been so helpful to help me be just a little bit more independent.
Everybody has their challenges, and it's just how you choose to face those challenges. But Hadley is just so, it's such a magical place because they are just it's here to help you in any way they can to to follow your dreams.
In 1920, Bill Hadley used the modest means of his teaching pension to provide education to more than 60 students free of charge, because he believed cost should not be a barrier to learning. This policy of tuition-free education has been in place for the past century and continues to underpin Hadley learning today. While the overall prospects for people with vision loss may be brighter than they were in Bill Hadley's day, today, many live on a fixed income or are unemployed. At Hadley, they have free access to needed information and resources to help them thrive at home, at work, and in the community. This is made possible by the generosity of Hadley's donors. Tonight, as we celebrate Hadley's past, I hope you will support its future. Please know that your gift matters. Here are some of the ways your donation will help Hadley's blind and visually impaired learners. Assistive technology can really level the playing field for people with visual impairment. With a contribution of $5,000, Hadley can create a video that helps them fully utilize their smartphone, tablet, or computer so they can live independently. A donation of $2,500 will purchase a Braille embosser for a Hadley learning expert. Our learning experts use these to prepare materials and correspond with learners. Older adults with visual impairment often feel isolated and alone. A $1,000 contribution will fund 5 support groups where they can discuss their needs and challenges and learn more about how Hadley can help them. Low vision makes it very difficult to distinguish everyday things, such as groceries, medications, or appliance settings. A gift of $500 supplies 20 Hadley learners with the materials they need to label and identify these hard-to-see objects. For visually impaired people who are learning to write Braille, a slate, stylus, and eraser are essential. With a $250 donation, we can provide these tools to 40 individuals who need them. Finally, Hadley learners rely on our videos for essential information. A $100 contribution would cover 1 month of media hosting for instructional videos on the Hadley website. Thank you for considering a gift to Hadley this evening. We are so grateful for your generosity and support. To make a donation, just click on the donate button above this screen. Thank you again.
Thank you for supporting Hadley tonight. You are helping our learners navigate life with vision loss. In addition to the donate button above on the screen, you can also make a gift on the Centennial Celebration webpage where you first entered tonight. Now, we promised you a celebration, and we're going to have it. Let's begin celebrating by spinning the wheel for our first prize drawing, a cash prize of $500. Good luck. And the winner is Jessica. Congratulations. So now Jessica is celebrating, and I will pass it back to Julie to continue the celebration.
Now, it's time to change course a bit. I'd like to take a few minutes to make a toast, or 3, to Hadley's past, present, and future. Hadley has a rich, fascinating history. We have shared a bit of this with you this evening, but it is impossible to capture 100 years in this short time. Hadley was founded by visionaries and grew and flourished because of the amazing students, teachers, administrators, staff, volunteers, supporters, and donors who dedicated themselves to this organization and the work we do. To all of these exceptional people, thank you, and congratulations on a job well done. Now, a toast to our present. This includes all of you, Hadley's wonderful learners, staff, donors, trustees, and volunteers. We are so honored that you joined us tonight to recognize this incredible milestone. Thank you for your support and for being part of the special Hadley community. Finally, a toast to Hadley's future. As we begin our second century, we stand prepared to help the millions of adults across the country and around the world who will face vision loss. This number will grow significantly over the coming years, and thanks to you, Hadley will be there with personalized learning opportunities to empower adults with vision loss or blindness to thrive at home, at work, and in their communities. Cheers to Hadley. Before I go, thank you again for spending part of your Friday evening with us. Now, I will pass this back over to Ben for a few final words.
Cheers to Hadley and its next 100 years. Before we go tonight, we have one more prize to give away, so sit tight. We're going to spin the wheel another time, and here we go. And the winner is Byram. Congratulations to both of our winners. We'll be in touch following the event to get you your prize. Now it's time to let you get back to your regular Friday night activities. However, before we go, just a couple of additional things I'd like to mention first. Be sure to check out our silent auction. It includes a wonderful selection of specialty wines and spirits, luxury items, travel experiences, and dining opportunities. You'll find the link to the auction at the top of our online event portal, and the auction will be open until midnight on Friday, October 9th, so you have a week to bid and win. Don't forget, it's never too late to donate on the event page and support Hadley. And if you would like to share this program with others who could not participate tonight, it will be up on the event website as well, so check back shortly for that. Finally, thank you. Thank you for spending time with us to mark this very special occasion. Thank you for your generous support. It's because of you that Hadley can empower adults with blindness or vision loss to thrive. We are very grateful. You have a wonderful rest of your evening. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you, and good night.